over in Madagascar and Kathleen down at Birdsong Nature Center in Thomasville, Georgia. It's Becky. I'm up here in North Carolina, and I wanted to show y'all the birdhouse that we collaborated on as a Mother's Day gift for Matt and my mom, Candy. So here it is. As a quick reminder, this is what the birdhouse looked like when it hung at Birdsong Nature Center. This is me receiving it in North Carolina and discovering that the door opens, which allows me to put Mother's Day cards in there. I worked with a North Carolina artist here that specializes in woodwork and metalwork, and as you can see, she added some nice details. We decided to leave the birdhouse fairly rustic because my mom said she wanted rustic art pieces for her new apartment down there in Vero Beach. So we left the integrity of the birdhouse and the beautiful weathered wood as it was, but the North Carolina artist added some preserved moss. I know you're both environmentalists, but hopefully you're okay with a little bit of preserved moss. She added a metal chimney and some dried flowers, and we had the moss sort of come down the edges in the fronts and on the sides. She added some nice decorative pieces. This is a sweet little metal bird and a handle she added, and she added this very sturdy candlestick base so it could be an indoor art piece. Back to the side door that I mentioned that I thought was so cool. You can see I've put my mom's Mother's Day cards in here. Here's the card that Narina Gladys made. She made that little bird at her preschool. Nice job, Narina Gladys. That's beautiful. And a sweet photo of Catherine and Narina Gladys on the back. And then the Mother's Day card that Tom and I are going to give my mom is right here. And you can see the artist I worked with here in North Carolina created this bird's nest that is also in here, as well as, if you can see, there's a K in there to make it personalized for my mom. Back here on the back of the birdhouse is more personalization. You can see we created a family tree. So there's Dr. Don up at the top, how we love him and miss him, and how he loved birdsong down there in Thomasville. There's Candy, Catherine, Narina Gladys, and Matthew. There's my husband and me, Tom and Becky, and there's the Redmond family, because as we all know, Jeremy, Ashley, and their girls are very important to my mom. And there's Birdsong down there. And speaking of the Redmond family, Madeline holds one of the favorite stories for my mom about birdsong. When Madeline was little, she went to birdsong and found out that baby bluebirds are actually brown. None of her little classmates believed that, but Madeline, always being very persuasive and well-spoken, convinced them, even as a little girl, that bluebirds are actually brown when they're babies. So I had these stones made to represent the Redmond family and how much they mean to my mom. So this Mother's Day gift has a lot of love in it. This birdhouse actually hung at Birdsong Nature Center in Thomasville, Georgia for many seasons, hosted various bluebird families that raised their family here, and they raised their babies here. And for anyone who stumbles across this video, just know we replaced the birdhouse and no birds were displaced. This was just one that Birdsong was done using, that they were gracious enough to mail to me here in North Carolina. Matt, thanks so much for making calls from Madagascar and making this happen. Kathleen and everyone at Birdsong, thank you for the tremendous effort to get this here. And Matt, I'll be sure to let her know it's from you, Catherine, Narina Gladys, Tom, and me. Okay, I'm gonna hit the road in a few days.